Once upon a time, nestled in a wide, green valley, lived a majestic eagle named Alex. He was legendary, known far and wide as the strongest and fastest bird in the entire sky. His wingspan was magnificent, his eyesight razor sharp. But with all this power came a heavy dose of arrogance. Alex often soared high above the others, looking down not just from the sky, but with disdain in his heart. He especially loved to taunt the flock of crows who were always chattering and flying together in a tight-knit group. One particularly bright morning, the crows were busy doing what they did best, working as a team, searching for food among the fields. Suddenly, like a bolt from the blue, Alex swooped down from the clouds, landing on a nearby branch with a thud. Ha ha ha. Well, look at you noisy little birds. He mocked, his voice echoing through the valley. So busy, so small. I bet not a single one of you could even dream of matching my powerful wings. The crows paused and glanced at one another, a ripple of unease passing through the flock. They weren't looking for a fight, they just wanted to get on with their day. But their wise old leader, a crow known as Old Black, decided he couldn't let this arrogance go unchecked. He calmly looked up at the great eagle and said in a steady voice, "Don't be too proud, Eagle. Strength isn't just measured in the power of your wings, it's found in unity, in sticking together." But Alex wasn't listening. He just threw his head back and laughed, a loud, booming laugh that seemed to shake the very leaves on the trees. To prove his point, he beat his enormous wings with all his might, sending a ferocious gust of wind tearing through the branches. The smaller birds had to cling on for dear life. See, Alex shouted proudly, puffing out his chest. "No one can defeat me. I am the king of this sky." And with that, he launched himself back into the air, leaving the crows in a flutter of scattered leaves and quiet dignity. A few days later, however, the sky began to change. The bright, sunny valley was swallowed by darkness as a terrible storm rolled in. Angry clouds gathered, and streaks of lightning lit up the sky, followed by deafening claps of thunder. Alex, in his usual fashion, tried to fly above the storm, to rise above the trouble as he always did. But this storm was different. The wind was a furious, howling beast, and it was too strong even for him. He was tossed and turned in the air like a leaf, and with a sickening crash, he was blown straight into a dense, thorny bush clinging to the side of a steep cliff. He was trapped. The more he struggled, the deeper the thorns dug into his feathers and flesh, holding him tight. He was panicked, exhausted, and completely alone. His proud cries for help were swallowed by the raging storm, but they weren't entirely unheard. Down below, huddled together for safety, the flock of crows noticed the eagle's desperate cries. They saw his struggle. Without a moment's hesitation, they took to the air as one. They flew into the heart of the storm, battling the fierce wind together. When they reached the trapped eagle, they immediately got to work. Some pulled at the larger branches, others used their sharp beaks to peck away at the entangling thorns. They worked in perfect sync, a flurry of black wings and determined calls, all focused on one single goal: freeing their arrogant neighbor. Little by little, their combined effort paid off. A thorn here, a branch there, and soon the great eagle was free. Alex stumbled out of the bush, his feathers ruffled, his pride even more so. He bowed his head, unable to meet the eyes of the birds he had so recently mocked. In a quiet, humbled voice, he said, "Thank you. I never thought you would help me, not after all the rude and terrible things I said." Old Black landed softly beside him. He looked at the once mighty eagle, now looking so small and ashamed, and a gentle smile touched his beak. "We may be small individually, Alex," he replied kindly, "but together we are strong. True strength isn't for showing off or making others feel small. It's for helping others when they need it most." From that day forward, Alex was a changed eagle. The arrogance was gone, replaced by humility and gratitude. He often flew alongside the crows, not above them. He shared his food, he watched over them, and together they protected one another. The valley became a more peaceful, harmonious place for everyone all because a painful lesson had turned arrogance into a beautiful friendship. And the moral of this story is a powerful one. No matter how strong, talented, or successful you are, never let arrogance blind you. Real, lasting strength comes from kindness, humility, and the power of unity. I hope you enjoyed this little tale. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss our next story. Thanks for watching and see you next time.